Once upon a time, a group of scientists carried out an experiment. They wanted to test how we bring about change. So they selected a forest area to do their experiment. In this forest lived 5 bears. They've lived here for many years. Bears are known to be very adaptable to change. That's why the scientists selected this environment for their test. One night when the bears were asleep, the scientists introduced a ladder. On top of the ladder was a large stack of fresh, smelly salmon. In the morning when the bears woke up, they discovered the ladder and the fish on top. Naturally, the alpha bear went first and tried to climb the ladder to reach the fish. As soon as the bear started climbing the ladder, the scientists fired a shotgun from behind the tree line. This frightened the bears and they all ran away. The bears were certainly scared of the gunshot sound, but they thought that it was related to the ladder and the fish. They stayed away from the area for the whole day. The second day, the bears were attracted back to the same area by the strong smell of the fish. They were so hungry that they had forgotten what happened the previous day. This time, the second biggest male bear tried to climb the ladder to get to the fish. Once again the scientists fired the shotgun and the bears got scared and ran off. Once again the bears stayed away for the remainder of the day. On the third day, the hungry bears returned to the same area attracted by the smell of the fish. This time they were far more aware of what had happened the previous 2 days. Another male bear attempted to climb the ladder to get to the fish, but the alpha male attacked and bit him, causing him to stop. All the bears got scared and ran off. During the night, the scientists replaced one of the bears with a new bear, who hadn't been in the area but was related to the other bears. In the morning, immediately, enticed by the strong smell of the fish and his hunger, the new bear ran to the ladder and started to climb it. When all the bears saw him, they ran over to him and all attacked him. All the bears got so frightened of what had happened, and they all ran off into the woods. Overnight, the scientists removed another one of the existing bears and replaced him with a new bear. This bear knew all the others but had never been in the area before. Now there were 2 new bears and 3 original bears. Early the next morning, immediately enticed by the strong smell of the fish and his hunger, the new bear ran to the ladder and started to climb it. When the other bears saw him, they ran to him, started to attack and bite him. Once again, all the bears were so frightened, they all ran off into the woods. For the next few nights, the scientists removed one of the existing bears and replaced him with a new bear, until all the original bears were replaced. Early the next morning, the newest bear, enticed by the smell of the fish and his hunger, ran to the ladder and started to climb it. Immediately, the other bears ran to this new bear, started to attack and bite him. All the bears were so frightened with what had happened, they all ran away into the woods and never came back for the rest of the day. The scientists concluded the test and moved the bears to another area. So, let's analyze what the scientists had discovered. In the beginning, the bears were stopped from climbing the ladder by a shotgun from behind the trees. The scientists repeated this for 2 days. The bears associated the ladder and the fish with the shotgun. So, they were scared not of the shotgun, but the ladder. Then when they introduced a new bear, who had no experience with the shotgun, tried to climb the ladder, the other bears attacked him. The bears were so frightened with what had happened that they all ran away into the woods. Each day, a new bear was introduced, and the same thing happened. The new hungry bear tried to climb the ladder to get the fish, the other bears attacked him. The scientists came to the conclusion that all the bears were fearful of the ladder, but they didn't know why. Their hunger for the fish was overcome by their fear of the ladder. You know, this story can help us relate to what happens in our factories regarding change and how we react to change. I've invited my good friend Katie to help explain.
Hi Brian, how are you today?
Hello, Katie. Good to see you again. Katie, I've invited you along this morning to help explain the story of the bears and how it relates to our difficulty to bring change in our factories.
Brian, none of the bears were aware, or even knew, why they were afraid of the ladder. They were all just following the status quo. It was just something they all believed. They never even questioned it. They weren't ready to change what they believed. See, many of us operate in the same way. A belief system is what we believe, and why we believe the things we do. Change is always about our belief system.
Does that mean our belief system is formed by our environment?
Yes, Brian. Just like we saw with the bears. What they believed was formed by their environment.
The bears' belief system told them that the ladder was dangerous, even though it had nothing to do with the ladder.
Yes. Exactly right. One of the hardest things for us to do in our manufacturing areas is to change the current system. To change the status quo. To believe something different. Because we've done the same thing for years, we lose sight of the reason why we do it. The long-term habits are very hard to break.
So, Katie, you're saying in order for us to improve, we need to challenge our current thinking? We need to challenge our current belief system. We need to break old habits. That's the first step in improving our factories. We need to challenge our thinking and adopt change.
And Brian, it's not easy, but we need to develop leaders who will not only embrace change, but will create environments of change. It's a journey. We need to start somewhere. Brian, we owe it to our people to build environments of change. To facilitate our people coming up with new ideas. To change the old ways. It's one of our core values. To invest in our people. We can do this by listening to them and encouraging improvement ideas.
So, let's create environments of change through our leaders, our change agents. To answer our original question, that's how we bring change to our businesses. When your people come up with new ideas, let's encourage them by listening and trying to implement the new ways. Please, avoid squashing their creativity. I'm sure you'll find that your people have got many great ideas. We just need to build the environment where they can create and implement these ideas. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story and got something out of today's demonstration. Remember, change starts with you. And improvement can't come without us embracing change. Thanks, Katie, for your time today.
Thanks, Brian. It's been really good.
See you later.
Brian, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Holding that smelly fish.